Okay, let's work on Lab 7 together. Before watching this video, make sure you have already tried those problems by yourself. Download the following data file. So this is the extension is SAS 7bdat. This is a SAS data file. Download it and upload this file to your cloud storage. I've already uploaded the file here, so it is employee, right? Employee, yeah. Because this is a SAS data file, we can directly use this file. So just create a library. I call it my lab. So then specify the location of this directory and data sets. Okay. Yeah. So then, for example, so then you can usually for those permanent data set, when I use it, I prefer to copy that to the work library. Yeah, because I do not want to modify this data set by accident. Employee, okay. So set my lab employees. Yeah. Run. So print data is employee. Run it. So this is the data, right? We have, I think so, 500. Yes, 500 total observations. Yeah. So complete the following tasks using SQL. Find all mechanists hired between these two dates, ordered by their last name. Note the job code for a mechanist, so will be MECH, followed by 2 digits, indicate the level. So then we just want to see Proc SQL. We want to select, well, so let's just display the name. I think so here, if you check here, we have last name, first name, right? And we also display hire date and the job code. Yeah, so we will select last name, comma, first name. So notice in Proc SQL, we will separate the name of the variables by comma. Last name, first name, and also the hire date and also the job code. From the name of the dataset is employee. So then we will have where statement to specify which rows we want to include. So first, they are hired between those two dates, right? So then the hire date, yeah, so is between the one, so that's January 1st, right? So January 1st, 1990, yeah, and also followed by a D, right? So see in quotation mark, so we write one number to indicate the day, 3 letters to indicate month, and so 4 digits to indicate year. Yeah. So between this and 31st December 1999, and followed by a D, and it should be a mechanist, right? So mechanist, the job code just start with MECH followed by 2 digits. Yeah, so then we will say job code like MECH underscore. Yeah, so here so underscore just indicate so any characters. Yeah, so ordered by the last name, comma, first name. Quit. Okay. Yeah, so let's run that. Seems, yeah, so we have the name, right? See, all of those are mechanists. Yeah. So continue. Compute the average salary of pilot. So note that the job code for pilot will be pilot followed by 1 digit, indicate level. we want to compute the Proc SQL. We want to compute the average, right? Yeah, so then we will select mean of the salary. Okay, so from employee, so this is name of the data set. We only want to include pilot, right? So then where the job code, yeah, so like pilot, so followed by one digit. Yeah, so run this one. So this will give you the average salary for pilot. Okay. C. So calculate each pilot salary as percentage with respect to the average salary. So use this format for percentage. Similar to this one, not similar. Yeah. So we just see. We just want the pilot just divided by the average, right? So for each of the pilot. Yeah. Maybe I copy this one. So we will modify that slightly. See. Let's just display. So basically, we want to display the last name, first name of those employee. We also want to display salary. Yeah, so then the mean salary. So I want to display it as a mean salary, right? Yeah, so then I also want to use salary divided by that mean. Okay. So then I want to have salary divided by, so notice, because this mean salary is computed in this query, right? So then you need to say calculated mean salary, right? Yeah, so for this value, so the name of this variable will be as %. And so then we want format to be percent 10.2, okay? Yeah, but for other part, I think so remain the same. Yeah, because from this data set, where, and we just want to include pilot, right? So run this one. See, in the last column, right? So we can have those percent. Yeah, so you can try to pick some of the number, and so you can verify by yourself to make sure. So this is the right answer. Right, I think so. We include all of the pilot. Maybe we can also add the job code, right? Yeah, so make sure all of them are pilot. So job code, see, so all of them are pilot. We have pilot 1, pilot 2, and pilot 3. Okay. Next one. So find all pilot whose salary is below the average salary of all pilot ordered by their last name. Again, so we just modify from here. Okay. So we want pilot, right? And so we also want those salaries below the average. Okay. So the average, see, like this piece of code, right? So this calculated as the average. Yeah, so I think let me remove this one because we don't need those. I also remove this mean. Yeah, so we only display the last name, first name, and job code, okay, and salary, yes. Oh, I think so. Maybe I also include this mean salary. Yes. And so then I want to end, right? See, first, so this job code, so we include all the pilot. And so then we also want the salary smaller than the mean salary. Yeah, but the mean salary, I think, see, for this query will give us the value of the mean salary, right? Yeah, so I just copy this part and put it in these parentheses. Yeah, so this is just a query inside of a query, right? So this is a subquery. Yeah, so we run this one. following column was not found. Salary. Okay, so I missed a letter R. So let me run this again. See, for all of them, right? So their salary is lower than the average. Yeah, so average is this one. Okay. Okay, hold on. So why this is larger than this? No. So this is the average. Oh yes, so I know why. Yeah, because so here, so when I say average, right? So this average is just basically, so this average computed is the mean salary of those subject whose salary is smaller than the original salary. Okay, yeah, so this is why this mean salary, see, let me highlight this part and that part, right? See, together. What I mean is, see, this is the original salary. I mean, original mean salary, right? Yeah, so here, so I include a mean salary. So this mean salary is calculated, is essentially the mean of subject in this table, right? Of course, so then this will be smaller than the original average. Yeah, so then basically I drop this part. Yes, yeah, I think so. Anyway, so this is what we will get. Yes. Smaller than the mean salary. Calculate the average salary for each distinct job code. So order your value according to the average salary. Yeah, so average salary for each distinct code, right? So just means we will do Proc SQL quit. Okay, so then we want to select mean salary. We want to set as mean salary, right? Yeah, so we can specify the format to be $12.2, so for easy to display. From employee, right? And because we want to calculate each distinct for each distinct job code, right? So we'll be group by job code. So then it says order by, because I want to order those by the value of the average salary, right? Yeah, so order by calculated mean salary, right? What else? Oh, I think so. Usually, so we also want to add the job code here, right? Because we will know so which average it corresponds to. Yeah, so we run it one. You can see, so they are ordered by those. Those are the means, right? And the first one, so this is the job code. Yeah, so then we get the average for different job code. Okay. The next one, find the job code whose average salary is higher than the average of entire employees. So this is the job code. Sorry, this is the average for each distinct groups, right? And so then we want those groups, right? See, whose average is larger than the average of the entire group. So then we will have having, so the mean salary, the mean of salary, right, will be greater than the average of all employees, right? So we will have a subquery, right, which just select the mean of the salary from employee. Yeah, but we have no other while statement. So then this mean will be calculated for all employees. So run that. You can see, so those are just the mean salary is larger. I mean, so those job code, so whose mean salary is larger than the average. Yes, larger than the average. So let's see, check the code again. Okay, so this is the first question. Download the dataset. So we have two datasets. So first one is school. Let me check it. See, this is school, right? You can see, so the standard CSV file. Let me file name school, right? So we have URL. So this will be school file name. The next one will be this guy. Those corresponds to students. Let me, so see, those are corresponds to students. Then we have students URL. I think let's just use 3 letters. Okay. Then we need to import data. Proc import. Okay. So out equals school, and so the data file will be this school and dbms csv replace, and we will then print data is school and run. Okay, so then we want to so run this first. So this is data of school, right? We have school, the size of school sector, so public or Catholic, and so also some other variables. And so then we will proc import for that student. So out equal to student. And so then we will have the data file will be the stu, right? So dbms csv file replace the print, so data will be student and run. So those are student. The data were collected in some study, in some survey, right? So we have see 7,000 over 7,000 students in 160 schools. So this is data for schools. I mean for student, right? So we have the school for, so that's student attend in, right? So whether it is minority or not, the sex and also some other variable. So for those two data, so purpose of the analysis is to understand the variability of the math achievement score, math achieved, right? Potential explanatory variables are associated either with school or with a student. So the variable associated school, so we will have those, right? So school, minority, sex, SES score, or maybe the math achievement score. And so those are variables related to school. So merge these two datasets by adding school-related variables to each student. So what does this mean? See, for each, basically this is the data for student, right? For each of the students, so according to the school ID, right? So then we know which school this student is from. And so then, for example, so this is 1,226, right? So then go to that data for school. See, we go to this is the corresponding school, right? So then we just want to add those variables to that student, basically attached to that student. So this is what we want to do. So this is a typical example of a left join, right? See, we have a data for students, right? And so then we just want to attach some extra information to this data set according to the value of school. And so this is also a one-to-many merge. Okay, right? Yeah, because for each student, so it should be unique. Yeah, but the school is not unique. So what we can do, it asks you to do that. So first using SQL, and so then use a data step. So two different approach. Yeah, so by this way, so you can compare the advantage, I mean pros and cons of this two approach. So first use SQL, okay. So then create a table my data as, right? So we want to create a new data set. So we want to select. So basically, we just want to everything from the select something from, right? So we want to combine two students. We want to student left join school, right? So this is what we want to do on because the name is long, so I create a alias. So student as A, school as B, right? So we just want left join on A.school equals B.school, right? Yeah. So just we want to combine them just by the value of school. So which what variable we want to keep? So A.start. So every variable from the first data set, yeah, and also every variable from the second data set. Second data set is school. For school, okay. Yeah, so school, we've already have school, right? Yeah, so then we just need those variables. Yeah, so we want B dot this guy, comma B dot sector, B dot this one, B dot this one, and B dot this one, B dot this one. Okay, yeah, so let's run that. Student data does not exist. The file work student. Oh, so I misspelled. Okay, student. Run that one. Looks fine. You can see the my data created, right? Yeah, so then you can see proc print data is my data and run, right? So then you can check this data. Yeah, so it looks fine. Should be fine. Yeah, so then we need to, so if we use data step, so how can we do it? Yeah, see, so that's the result, right? From the, if we use a data step, so how can we do it? So if you use data set, so if you want to merge them by school, so first you need to sort the data according to that by variable. Yeah, so then let's first sort data student by school, and so we also sort data this school by school. So then we use a data step my data 2, right? Yeah, so then we will merge student and school together and by school. See, this school means the name of the data set, yeah, because it is in the merge statement, right? So this school means the variable school. So then print data is my data 2, right? Yeah, so let's run this part. Hopefully it works fine. Okay, right, so that's the data. So looks fine, right? So check the log window, no error, right? Yeah, it is fine. It's great. Yeah, so then we demonstrate two different way to merge data, to combine data together. Yeah, in fact, for this one, data step so also works very well, right? Yeah, because the code is short. Yeah, but in some cases, I think so. The advantage of Proc SQL is so we do not need to sort the data before we do the query. Okay, yeah. So this is question 2. Let's continue. Let's work on question 3. So download this data file. I think so. We use this data before. This is a data from National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. So it contains the data from two different survey year. Survey period, right? Yeah. So one from the 2009 to 2010, the other from 2011 to 2012. Yeah. So the files are end with either F or G. Okay. So do I still have it? Yes. Yeah. So after you download the file and unzip it, and so you will get those, right? Okay. So those XPT files are called SAS export files. Yeah, so if you want to use those files, I just show you a example. So here we just use the demo F in this problem. Yeah, so then let's just copy this one. So let's run this one. Just make sure cannot be opened. It does not contain any column. So what happened? Physical file does not exist. It should exist. This data set, right? So I have the demo F. Oh, I think so. Sometimes when we copy, so I suspect so this quotation mark may not load it correctly. So see, still 0. Okay. Physical file does not exist. Home. Username. Okay. So here I need to change that to my username. Yes. So now it works, right? Yeah. So we have 10,000, over 10,000 observations. Okay. So we only use this one. Calculate the mean age of subject with respect to different marital status and gender. So make sure to use a meaningful format for these two variables. And so this one for mean age, right? Exclude subject whose marital status is missing or whose value of marital status are 77 or 99. Yeah. Okay, so let's just basically just compute the mean age, right? Let's do that. Okay, yeah, so here just also gives you the name of these two variables. Yeah, so I copy this part here. Proc SQL. Yeah, so then we want to select. So because we want to group by these two variables, right? So usually, so then we will also show these two variables. In the output. Okay. Yeah. So select these two variables and the mean of the age. Which one is mean of the age? So here I didn't mention that. Yeah, but if you look at here, look at the contents, I think so we will be able to find so which one corresponds to age. I think age, right? Maybe we use age in years. This is age in months. Do we have another age? Yeah, I think let's use this one. Yeah, so age at the screening adjusted. So let's use this age. Yeah, so we just do the average of age. Choose this one from demo 2009, right? And group by these two variables. Okay. Yeah, so let's run it. Marital status and gender, right? And see, we have the average. So for this mean, so let's give it a name. This as age, right? So for the format, I think here, so I said use 4.1, right? So for 4.1 for age. Yeah, so 4.1. Then for those gender and marital status, I think so we want to exclude something, right? See, exclude whose marital status is missing. All values are 77 or 79. See, there are some missing, also 77, 79. I mean 77, 99. Then we want to exclude some. So then we will say, so where not missing, so this marital status not missing, and so this one not in 77 or 99. Yeah, so then let's check it again. Yeah, so now it looks fine. Then what's next? Yeah, so it says use appropriate format, right? Yeah, so meaningful format. Because for here, those are 1 and 2, right? So what are the meaning of the 1 and 2? So we want to show that with meaningful text. Yeah, so if you check here, so this is demo F, right? So demo F PDF. Yeah, so this is the code book. Okay. For example, so if we want to search for this one, let's try to find it. Why it cannot find it? No, not this one. Okay. So where is the code book? Oh, it is. Yeah, so in this F, why I cannot find it? Search. This one doesn't work. This is a DMD. DMDMAR. Oh, okay, here, DMDMAR, right? Yeah, because we dropped missing and we dropped 77, 99. Yeah, for remaining from 1 to 6, you can see. So each of those corresponds to the meaningful text, right? Yeah, so then we want to define a format for those. So then we will say proc format run and value. So then we will have my marital, right? So status. Yeah, so then 1 means married. So here, so then 2 means widowed, and so 3 means divorced, and so 4 means separated. Okay, and so 5 means never married, and so 6 means living with partner. We have from 1 to 6. So then we will create another one value. So for that gender, I think I saw that one in the beginning. So it is this one, right? Gender. This is not gender. RIA gender. RIA, not this one. RIA gender, right? Yeah, so 1, 2, and missing. So 1 means male, 2 means female. So then we have my gender. Yeah, so 1 means male, 2 means female. Write the quotation mark. So then we are able to show the result. See, for this variable, right? For this one, we want format to be my marital dot. Yeah, so dot indicate, so this is a format. Format is the my gender dot. Yeah, so let's run this part again. See, now you can see. So the value are displayed in appropriate format. Okay. What's next? So where it is here, right? I think we have finished all the requirement, right? Yes. Next one, create a new data set, so which include only married male and veteran. So include this one and also the age and also the race in this data set. So note that the variable, this one indicates so whether the person has served in the US Army. Okay, yeah. So if you check this variable, I don't know why. So when I try to search this string, so it does not work. I don't know why. So DMQ millet, DMQ, I think. Can we find that? DMQ. Yeah, so this is DMQ. Okay, I guess I missed that. Yeah, but anyway, so just let me tell you. So you can search that document by yourselves. This one equals to 1. Yeah, just means the person has served in the army before. Yeah, so basically for veteran just corresponds to this value equal to 1. Okay. Yeah, so then let's try to create a subset, a Proc SQL create. Okay, so then we want to create a table, right? So create a table. The name of the table will be male veteran as. So select list of the variables. Yeah, so let me copy this text here. Let me see. Yeah, so we want to include the SEQN, right? We also want to include this variable, and so in the resulting variable, so in the resulting variable, so we want to call it as age. Yeah, so then we say this as age. Yeah, just so then SAS will rename it, and so also this guy as race, right? So this variable as race. Okay, and we want to select those from demo 2009 where, yeah, so because we want the value of this guy should be 1, yeah, so cause a veteran, and cause we want male, right? We want male, so the gender, so this one corresponds to gender, yeah, so gender should be 1, so it should be male, and married, right? So married, yeah, so the marital status, I think so. This is marital status. Marital status also should be 1. Okay, yeah. So these are 3 conditions. Let me run this one to see whether we can get that. Yeah, so we can print data will be married, not married, male veteran. Run. Okay. Yeah, so this is the data, right? What else? Use appropriate format for race. So those are the possible value of race. And so if you, let me see if I can find the variable for race. The variable for race will be DM, no, this one should be RETH. Yeah, so that's the variable for race. This should be in the very beginning. Yeah, let's see if we can find that one. This is gender. That's related to age. Yeah, this one is race. You can see. So 1 is Mexican, American, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And missing. Yeah, and so let's yeah, but missing the count is 0. Yeah, so then we don't need to worry. So then in this format, so let's define another one. So my race. So 1 will be this Mexican, American, yeah, and so the 2 will be the other Hispanic. 2 is other Hispanic. Okay, Hispanic, and so 3 will be non-Hispanic white, right? So that's 3, and 4 is non-Hispanic black, non-Hispanic black, and 5 will be other. Yeah, so 5 will be other. So I run this one. So then I also then for race, right? So I use the format equals my race. Yeah. So then let's run this again. You can see, so the race just becomes those race. Yeah, I think so. For this part, we are fine. So we finish question 3. So now let's. Okay, I think so. I will stop here, and so for the remaining questions, so I will record it in a different video.